AITA for embarrassing my ex in front of her family about financially helping her? So I was away for college when my ex found out she was pregnant. We had tried the long distance for over a year and a half since my uni was out of state, but we decided to split. I'll admit I wasn't there for my son as much as I wish I had been while I was in school. Was only able to drive to her place to be there weekends and anytime I was off school. At the time I had a college fund that was about $100K from my grandparents had set up for me, but since I had a full ride scholarship it was spent on my son instead. On top of money I'd send her from my part-time job. It was enough for his needs and a nanny to be there during the week when she was at work.
Not weekends, since that's when I'd be there.
Was I a perfect dad? No. I know I wasn't there for him the way I wished I could until I graduated when he was 2.
But I know that at least financially provided for them.
Anyways, her family, parents, sister, and brothers, came up for the first time in years to celebrate my son's 8th birthday. All of us together. Haven't always had the best relationship with them since the breakup.
And I guessed it was because of not being around my son since I didn't want to drop out from college.
That I understood, but it turns out my ex had told them I never paid a cent to her the entire time. Nor that I would stay with them whenever I was off from school. So they were mad because they thought I didn't help at all. That really infuriated me and I had confronted my ex about it. In front of her family I demanded to know why she'd lie about all that, especially when I'm even helping her out right now with school. My ex had some problems with financial aid, so they're not helping her out anymore.
I'm helping her pay for some of the classes she needs. All this was said with her family in front of us because it pissed me off that she'd paint me in a bad light to them.
My ex was pretty mad at the fact that I embarrassed her in front of them. Since she told them she was paying the classes herself.
She apologized for what she told them, but she still thinks I had no right to bring up the fact that I'm helping pay for her college courses, and making it seem like she can't take care of herself even now.
So now I don't know. I was mad at what she did, but I'm not sure if it was going too far embarrassing her like that in front of her family and telling them I'm still helping her. AITA? TBH Op should also talk with his son. He already felt bad the way things went, but who knows what the ex might have told her son about him. And if the ex gets toxic he should lawyer up. It seems they were quite friendly co-parenting, but if she doubles down on her behavior it might be better to talk about a new custody agreement.
NTA.
Your ex lied about you and spread rumors to her family that damage your character with them. It impacted your relationship with her family, which also has an impact on your child. Kids can pick up on when there is tension among adults. Did your ex give any explanation on why she was lying about you providing support? Also, it doesn't sound like you were a bad dad while you were in school. You financially supported your ex and son. Paid for a nanny and visited your son on the weekends. It sounds like a typical custody arrangement. She said she was mad back when I was away for college, not there helping her out with him, and complaining about me made her feel better. Like she was more justified for hating me even if I was helping. According to her, she never meant for the lie to go on that long, and after all this time passed it felt awkward saying anything. NTA. She lied and obviously her family was upset on her behalf. Yet she wanted to maintain a healthy co-parenting relationship with you and was more than happy to accept all the help that you readily offered in your desire to provide for your son and his mom, even though you could not be there physically as often as you wanted to be.
Then she foolishly had both yourself and her family together, and it's no wonder then you would be shocked and correct their mistaken opinion of you. Shame on her for lying so much.
It only leads to more trouble. You bent over backwards to do anything you could for them and do not deserve to have such lies shadowing you. Her family could have influenced your son against you in their misled option that you were a deadbeat. NTA.
She chose to lie and make you look bad.
You aren't in the wrong for calling her out and defending yourself. Her embarrassment is her own fault. Plus, that's some pretty toxic behavior on her part. She seems more angry about the fact she was embarrassed than the fact she lied in the first place. I would be a bit worried that she's lying about other things and, most of all, would be worried if she'd lie about you to your son in an attempt to pit him against you in the future. I'd be a bit wary.
NTA.
You could have limited the conversation to all the dollar support you gave her while you were in college.
Your child's grandparents should know all that info so that they don't continue to dislike you based upon her lies.
You could have left out paying for her current college classes, but you were on a roll, and she was lying about so much it's crazy. So I can't hold that against you. NTA.
She jeopardized the image your son may have of you.
Kids are smart. They hear and see more than we think. If his grandparents and aunt, uncle act slightly cold to you, or about you when you're not around and just brought up in convo, then he could pick up on that and wonder why. His mind going all sorts of ways as more time passed. Worse, he might have one day heard his mom talking with her family about his deadbeat dad and thus plant a seed of resentment and anger towards you. Forget her embarrassment. If she's talking crap, then it's time for her to eat it now.
She made it public and damaged your name publicly. The only way to undo the damage was to publicly state the truth.
Besides, there's still a next level of petty you could have sunk to, which is break out the bank statements and legal documents demonstrating what you were saying and you didn't go there. NTA. This is an either-or situation.
Either her family knows she lied to them and you were financially providing, or they think that you were a deadbeat dad.
Those are the only choices. Failing to step up for years colors how they see you, and you have every right not to bear the burden of her lies. This is all something she brought on herself. It's not that she didn't bring it up or give them amounts, etc. She said you were not physically or financially present.
That's an intentional lie.
It's on her to deal with the consequences. Oh yeah, you're totally the asshole for calling out the web of lies she spread in front of the people she's told them to. You didn't have to. But honestly, for her to lie about things like that to get sympathy, and likely money and support from the family, is a bit despicable.
You could have done a better job, but you didn't just up and leave, and you didn't just ignore them because you didn't feel like it. You're still working on your life to keep yourself in a financially stable place. Honey, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, but you are being solidly gaslit right now.
She lied about you to your son's family, kept it up for years, and is now turning it around on you because she's finally being called out. From how intensely you've been defending her, I don't think that it would hurt to say that you still have feelings for her or even love her. But that's no excuse to accept bad treatment. Many parents aren't as there for their kids as they could be while they set up a future for them.
That's nothing to shit on yourself about, or to allow it to be something that you're put down about. I say all of this to say, despite your belief in how good a person she is, a good person doesn't gaslight the person that has supported them for years after they get caught talking bad about them.
She will not change. Her lies will get worse unless it's something she's inwardly working on, but from that response she's not anywhere close to that level.
Maybe not now, but at some point things will get bad enough where you need to draw up a custody agreement.
Don't let it get to that point.
NTA.
She is also going to tell these lies to your son and make you look like a good-for-nothing deadbeat dad. Make sure you have a solid custody agreement in place and set child support in the form of a court order.
Don't give her extra money.
She is not grateful and will still keep trying to turn everyone, including your son and his family, against you.
NTA. She is toxic.
Please make sure you document everything, whether it is money sent, conversations, etc. Guaranteed she isn't just saying this to her family, but to your child. Also, demand an answer, bonus points if in front of her family, or even better in text, why she has chosen to lie and slander you for the past X many years. Protect yourself. She has shown that she isn't trustworthy. Info. Did you divulge everything during your son's birthday? Did it interrupt the celebrations, and did your son witness all this drama?
If so, then the ex's family sucks because they brought up such topic with a child present, and you too for not holding it for your son's day and clarifying this later.
If this happened without the child's presence, then you and the family are definitely not ta, and only the ex is ta. I put family and not ta because they might be somewhat concerned about the child and might have been thinking of suing for child support for the kid. Good intentions but wrong information. Definitely NTA. Why would she lie? Did she want to mess with your relationship with your son's family?
Was it some kind of sick power play to monopolize your son? You
have every right to be angry. You sound like a great father. You have provided so much support, it astounds me. My dad owes my mum over $40,000 in child support, and she didn't credit you at all?